Hi, today I'm going to show you how to say some really tricky sounds, but I'm going to make them nice and easy for you. They're ch, j and zh. First, we'll say the sounds in isolation, then as pairs, and finally in sentences, so you can really test yourself. So let's get started. If you've already watched some of my other videos, you know that it's really important to first warm up your lips, mouth, tongue, and vocal cords. So here goes. Massage the jaw like this. Now I want a big face. Now little face. Big face, little face. Big face, little face. And wiggle that tongue. And now for a great tongue twister from one of my students. If a 3-month truce is a truce in truth, if a 3-month truce is a truce in truth, is the truth of a truce in truth a 3-month truth? Shall we do it again? If a 3-month truce is a truce in truth, is the truth of a truce in truth a 3-month truth? Love it. Right, let's start by saying the ch sound. First of all, the easy bit. It's unvoiced. So there's no sound from here. Ch, ch. But now let's look at the symbol. As you can see, it's composed of 2 consonants merged together. T and sh. The t is the plosive part. T. And the sh is the fricative. Sh. Some of you may be thinking, what's a plosive and what's a fricative? Here's a quick explanation. A plosive, which in American English is sometimes called a stop, is when the airstream is completely blocked somewhere in the mouth. For instance, like closing the lips for b, or the tip of the tongue on the alveolar ridge for t. This blockage causes air pressure to build, and then it's released like a small explosion. Examples of plosives in English are p, b, t, d, k, and g. So now you know what a plosive is, let's move on to a fricative. A fricative is where the airstream is compressed and then passes through a small opening in the mouth, creating a friction or hissing sound. A good example of this is when you say v by passing air through a small gap between your top teeth and lower lip. V. Remember that the airstream is not completely blocked, which allows the sound to be longer than a plosive. So just to recap, ch is composed of 2 consonants merged together, t and sh. The t is the plosive part, t, and the sh is the fricative, sh. But you don't say them as separate sounds. You say them so the 2 sounds happen at almost the same time. This is called an affricate, where the sound is produced by combining a plosive and a fricative. So to make this affricate sound, ch, where do you put the tongue? Well, let me show you. First of all, say d. Where's your tongue? It should be on the alveolar ridge. Yes? Well, ch is formed by placing your tongue a little further back. The front of your tongue touches the junction between the alveolar ridge and the hard palate. This is called the Palato Alveolar. And the middle of the tongue is raised towards the hard palate. Say ch, ch. Ch is unvoiced and the tongue is on the Palato Alveolar. So now you know that, the j, which is also an affricate, will be a piece of cake. Why? Because the only difference between the two sounds is that ch is unvoiced and j is voiced. The tongue stays in the same place. So let's practice turning our voice on and off like this. Ch, j, ch, j, ch, j. Both ch and j can come at the beginning and end of words. So say church and judge. Got it? So now let's move on to zh, as in the word pleasure. This sound is voiced and the tongue is in exactly the same place as ch and j on the Palato Alveolar. But the difference is it's a fricative. Remember, that means that the airflow is not completely blocked, but it's restricted. It's like an air leak because at the beginning of the sound, the pressure of air increases, and as the sound is released, so is the air. You can also make a fricative long or short, like this. Z, 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 z. This is because there's no explosion like ch and j, because there's no plosive involved. So now it's practice time. Let's start with ch and j in these minimal pairs. Just watch, listen, repeat after me. Chin, gin, chin, gin. Choke, joke, choke, joke. Rich, ridge, rich, ridge. Larch, large, larch, large. And now words with the z sound. Treasure, treasure. Leisure, leisure. Pleasure, pleasure. Measure, measure. Unusual, unusual. Television, television. Beige, beige. Casualty, casualty. Okay? If not, go back and practice as many times as you need to. But now it's time to practice all three sounds in conversation. So here goes. Hello? Jenny, I've got some bad news. George has just been taken to casualty. Oh no! Don't worry, I don't think he's seriously injured, Jenny. What's happened? Well, apparently he was having lunch while watching the football on television, and when Manchester United scored a goal, he was so excited he suddenly jumped up, punched the air, and then choked on the sausage he was eating. Oh dear. Is he okay? Well, his friend Joe panicked, got hold of him from behind and performed the Heimlich manoeuvre. Well, what's that? You know, It's a bit like hugging someone from behind, but you make a fist with one hand and place it just below the rib cage. Then thrust your fist backwards and upwards. Oh yes, I think I know. But that can cause damage if you do it too hard. Exactly. Well, the sausage flew out of his mouth, but unfortunately, Joe had squeezed him so hard, he actually managed to break his rib. Oh no! What happened to the sausage? The dog ate it. Hope you enjoyed that. Remember, practice this conversation as it will really help your pronunciation of ch, j and zh. For more pronunciation practice, just click here. Love